68-year-old Jaime Jorge Sosa. According to investigators, no visible injuries were observed on Sosa, and the cause of death remains undetermined. He was transported to the Independence Polyclinic, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Police say that the investigation is ongoing. The president of the Public Service Union, PSU, Dean Flowers, is criticizing newly appointed Minister of Labor, Karim Musa, over the government's handling of the pending transition of the Belize Tax Service Department to the proposed SARA structure. Earlier this month, PSU members formally declared a trade dispute with the Ministry of Finance, arguing that the government has failed to address staff concerns about the transition. Flowers noted that of the nearly 240 Belize Tax Service Department employees, approximately 75 have requested transfers to the wider public service, while about 20 have indicated their intention to resign. The government has offered a third option for staff to apply for positions within SARA once it is operational. On November 24th, Minister Musa wrote to Flowers stating that because the transition to SARA has not yet occurred, no trade dispute exists. Flowers rejected that position, insisting that the minister cannot unilaterally diminish a dispute declared by the union. He described Musa's response as disappointing and disrespectful.
The current situation as it relates to our notice for trade dispute to the minister is that we would have received a response from him yesterday, which leaves a whole lot to be desired as it relates to the legislation that is in place that governs trade disputes. And so given his response, we're forced to respond to him, of course, and to make clear to him that it is not within the confines of his authority to dictate to the Public Service Union as to whether or not a trade dispute exists or not. I don't know who would have advised the minister, but it is really disappointing to read his response, and I would even go as far as classifying it as bordering disrespectful. Disrespectful because if the people of Belize will be paying you a salary, perhaps a package worth $130,000 or $150,000, the least that they would expect is that you would do the job, that you would learn how to do your job, or that you would do the job that you're being paid to do. And when coming out the gate, this is the kind of less than intelligent response that I would receive from the minister, and I'm trying my best not to be rude, considering that he's new in the post. But as I stated, nobody forces them to take up these portfolios. They voluntarily take them up, and as such, it is expected that they would exhibit the kind of competency that is required to lead. And clearly, his first correspondence to the Public Service Union of Belize leaves a whole lot to be desired.
This week, the PSU's 21-day notice period is set to come to an end, leaving the door open for industrial action. The notice period was given due to the government's proposed tax transition of the Belize Tax Service to SARA. Today, we spoke with the president of the PSU, who explained the steps the union plans to take if their concerns aren't addressed before the notice period is up.
I do not wish to state whether or not the membership will immediately engage in industrial actions at the expiration of the notice period, but I can say that they would be within the confines of the law, and it would be their legal right to exercise industrial actions. I can say that while they would have hoped for us to commence with legal action from the day we served notice, being the union that we are, the responsible union that we are, we were clear in explaining to them that as an essential service, we must operate within the confines of the law. And so, in good faith, we must serve notice to the Minister of Labor for him to intervene on the matter. And given the fact that the new Minister of Labor is oblivious as to what the declaration of a trade dispute is, that's on him. No, we will continue to move forward in accordance with the law. The membership will dictate our next steps at the expiration of that 21 days.
Belizeans have spent the past week speculating about the sudden resignation of Hossamai as Minister of Agriculture. While rumors have circulated suggesting possible cartel involvement, Prime Minister John Briceño has gone on record and publicly dismissed those claims, stating that Mai stepped down due to a back injury he suffered last year after falling from a horse. When asked today about the resignation, PSU President Dean Flowers said the situation suggests that the government's secrets are beginning to unravel.
I cannot be associated with being a person that is a stranger to the truth. And so I honestly do not want to comment on the words of someone that has now been branded as a stranger to the truth. Whatever the reasons are, as your grandmother and my great grandmother would always remind us, what happens in the dark must come to light. And I think that we're slowly seeing the actions and the seeds that the current administration has sown. The chicken are coming home to roost. So I'm not paying attention to the noise coming out of the market, aka the House of Representatives, and the representatives there. I'm paying attention to my change, and my change is saying that the facts show that there's no need for us to be second guessing what we know, what the facts surrounding the most recent events with certain government ministers are concerned.
Rodwell Ferguson has since taken up the post as the Minister of Agriculture, Food Security, and New Growth Industries. Police have made an arrest in the fatal road traffic accident that claimed the life of Rowing Creek resident Daniel Puerto. The accident occurred Saturday night on the 16th of November near Hyde's Meat Shop in Rowing Creek. Puerto, who was reportedly intoxicated, sat on the highway and was ran over by 47-year-old Michael McFadden, a Belizean driver of Tea Kettle Village. Today, police formally arrested and charged McFadden for the crimes of manslaughter by negligence, causing death by careless conduct, and the offense of driving a motor vehicle without due care and attention. We will take our first break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections And it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
It is truly an honor to join everyone here today for the final forum of the Engaging Men and Boys to Advance Gender Equality and Help Prevent Gender-Based Violence project.
And so I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the office of the Special Envoy in including males in this conversation of domestic violence. Because often we know that this has been a taboo subject. We don't want to discuss it publicly, but I think that with the work that is going on through the Office of the Special Envoy, we have to debate it, we have to give it the public discourse that it so requires.
We are here because we must confront hard truths. Domestic violence is rampant in our communities, and it must end. Attitudes can change, that cultural traditions that are harmful can change. We don't have to stick to them because they were passed on to us.
Remember, not all light bulbs are created equal. Our lighting department offers a wide assortment of light fixtures and accessories to suit your style. So stop in today and get the right illumination for your homecation. And don't forget your B-Box when you make a purchase. Benny's, quality and savings.
Welcome back. A Belize City fisherman avoided a far heavier penalty after pleading guilty to possession of 58.6 grams of cannabis in the magistrate's court on Tuesday. 27-year-old Lorenzo Victor Sol appeared unrepresented before the senior magistrate, where he was charged with possession of a controlled drug following a police search at a residence on Rayburn's Alley on the 24th of November. Zol admitted to having the marijuana and told the court it was intended for his personal use while at sea, though weather conditions had delayed his departure. The magistrate noted that while cannabis possession of up to 10 grams is decriminalized, Zol's quantity exceeded the legal limit and offered no valid excuse. Starting from an $800 baseline fine and considering the amount of marijuana found, the magistrate increased the penalty to $900 before granting a one-third reduction for his early guilty plea. Sol was ordered to pay $600 plus a $5 cost of court by February 27 of next year or face 4 months in prison. He was also required to make an additional $1,000 payment toward an outstanding balance of $5,780 from a previous drug conviction before being released. 43-year-old Weneslo Vaz, a dollar van driver of Belize City, has been arrested and charged for sexually assaulting a minor. The incident in question occurred on Saturday, November 22nd, when a 14-year-old minor reported to police that Vaz repeatedly touched her inappropriately while on the way home. According to the minor, she boarded Vales's gray van en route to her home, but after dropping off all passengers, He took her to a feeder road on the George Price Highway where he touched her leg inappropriately. A medical examination classified the minor's injuries as harm, leading police to arrest and charge Vales for the crime of sexual assault. A Belize City construction worker has been charged with sexual assault following a complaint by a 14-year-old girl. The incident allegedly occurred on the night of November 23rd at a store on Freedom Street, where the minor reported that a man touched her thigh and leg without her consent. Police later identified the suspect as 50-year-old Carlos Ballone of Curl Thompson Street in the Jane Usher Boulevard area. Ballone appeared unrepresented before Magistrate Manon Dennison on Tuesday and pleaded not guilty to the charge. With no objection from the prosecution, the court granted Ballone bail of $4,000, which he met, along with conditions prohibiting any contact with the complainant, requiring him to stay at least 100 feet away from her, and mandating weekly check-ins at the Raccoon Street Police Station. His next court date is scheduled for 13th of January 2026. A 34-year-old construction worker from St. Paul's Bank has been released on bail after being accused of breaking into a woman's home and assaulting her in Doublehead Cabbage. Michael Stephenson appeared before Magistrate Manon Dennison today, where he was charged with burglary. Police say that on the evening of the 21st of November, Stephenson entered the home of 22-year-old caretaker Gloria Ack and attacked her, throwing her onto a bed and choking her after she confronted him inside the house. Stephenson pleaded not guilty. With no objection from the prosecution, the court granted him bail of $5,000 plus two sureties of $2,500 each. Conditions require him to avoid all contact with the complainant and her family, stay at least 100 feet away, and report weekly to the Bermuda Landing Police Station. He is scheduled to court on the 12th of January next year. A Take Back the Night march will be taking place tomorrow night in Belmopan as a part of the 16 Days of Activism festivities. Organized by Miss Belmopan in collaboration with the Belmopan City Council, this march aims to empower women and allow them to feel safer at night when most instances of gender violence occurs. This march is just the first of a series of events planned for the remainder of the 16 Days of Activism. The march is set to start at the Belmopan City Council at 6 p.m. tomorrow and will take participants on a full circle around the ring road with refreshments along the way. Ms. Belmopan, Shania Petch, spoke more on the event and encouraged the public to come out and support.
It's really important for women especially to feel safe at night. Most times when women are victim of violence, especially gender-based violence, it happens in the nighttime. So the whole idea is to take back the night and to feel safe again walking in the streets at the night. Today is the first day for 16 Days of Activism. It's actually International Day against violence against women, so to end violence against women, and that's why we're starting off with several different activities, myself along with City Council and the National Women's Commission. As you know, I'm very passionate about ending violence against women, whether it's domestic violence, which is in the home, or domestic relationships, or violence against women. I think it's still in alignment. I'm very passionate about it. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to work along with the National Women's Commission to spearhead the activities happening in Belmopan. And I think starting off this walk is a great way to show people, that Belmopan is doing things to take a stand against violence that's happening against women, especially with the rise in cases right now. We are encouraging not just women and girls, but allies as well, men, boys, anyone else who wants to come out and show that they are taking a stand to put an end to violence against women. Everybody's welcome to come. There's no age restrictions as long as you're open to walking. We will be providing refreshments and a light snack for everyone. If you have anything that's glow in the dark, any signage that you want to bring, those are absolutely welcome. Just to come out. The important thing is coming out, doing the walk and taking a stand. We're starting off at City Council, and the route is the Ring Road, and then when we end off, that's when we'll have refreshments and a light snack.
We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed.
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Orange is the new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28th at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56, all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, 1 day only. Smart, bringing people together.
Drop it like it's hot.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip it cream for Dano milk, it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
From power tools to plumbing supplies, paints to light fixtures, at Benny's Kayo, we've got it all. Our extensive range of construction and household products ensures that you'll find exactly what you need, whether you're a seasoned contractor or a weekend do-it-yourselfer. Visit us at Mile 43 George Price Highway, Cotton Tree Village, just outside Belmopan, and discover the convenience, quality, and affordability that set us apart. Your next project starts here. Benny's, quality and savings.
Leaders of the Belize Coast Guard, together with officials from the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security, convened a symposium yesterday in Belmopan to reflect on the organization's 20-year evolution. Former commanders, recognized as the institution's founders, were invited to provide a detailed account of the Coast Guard's early development, tracing its roots to a time when it existed only as an idea. The Belize Coast Guard was officially launched in November of 2005, formed from the personnel and vessels of the Belize Defense Force's disbanded maritime wing. It has since grown into a dedicated military task force who is assigned with maritime security, law enforcement at sea, and the protection of Belize's territorial waters. CEO within the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security, Francis Usher, touched on the origins of the Belize Coast Guard and the important role they play in Belize's maritime protection.
Back in 2005, the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Musa saw the strategic necessity of having an agency dedicated to the maritime defense of our great nation, and had the vision to see it to fruition. Since then, the Belize Coast Guard has evolved to also include law enforcement in the maritime space, deterrence of transnational crime, support to our fellow maritime agencies, and of course, support in attaining the national objectives laid out in Plan Belize 2.0. The evolution of the Coast Guard into the formidable organization that it is today would not have been possible without the consistent investment of the government of Belize, and also the collaboration with other governmental ministries, non-governmental organizations who operate in the maritime space, and of course without the unwavering support of our regional and international allies and partners. It is such a pleasure to see so many of you here today who have played such a pivotal role in the development of the Coast Guard. Just 2 short days ago, I had the opportunity to see the Coast Guard in full operational swing. Admiral Medin and his team took out myself, Minister Marin, Minister Fonseca, and CEO Mai to Hunting Key and gave us a briefing on the strategic importance of having the Coast Guard there and all the many operational successes that they have been having. As fate would have it, just as we arrived back at Big Creek, which serves as the command for Sector South, the Coast Guard team got a call from the members of the National Search and Rescue Committee giving details of a vessel that was in distress. Without hesitation, the team sprung into action, went back out to sea, and their efforts saved the lives of 4 civilians who came to Belize to enjoy all the treasures of our jewel. This short anecdote, though heroic, has become routine for the Belize Coast Guard. There's a reason their motto is Utrinque Paratus. They are, after all, ready for anything.
On Friday, November 28th, the Belize Coast Guard will be celebrating its 20th anniversary. Earlier this month, Miss Belmopan 2025, Shania Petch, hosted a self-defense seminar for women. The event is a part of Miss Belmopan's advocacy against gender-based violence, highlighting the importance of empowering women with practical skills to protect themselves and build confidence, while also raising awareness for victims of gender-based violence. Following the seminar, we spoke with Ms. Belmopan, who told us a bit more about the importance of seminars like this and what else Belmopan residents can expect in the coming weeks.
The self-defense seminars have been great. I've been working with Citizen, and our facilitator Ben has done a great job in making the women feel welcomed and safe. One of our common things that we've heard from the women is that they thought that defending themselves would take a lot of effort. So they're starting to learn that as long as they have technique, they can fall back on technique, rely on that, and they can defend themselves despite size or strength of a man. The seminars are always free. Donations are always welcome. They always go towards a good cause. We do have more coming up. Right now with 16 days of activism, it's a lot more activities are happening, but we plan to do one early December.
This past seminar was made possible through a collaboration with Citizen facilitators who worked with Ms. Belma Pan to deliver an educational and informative self-defense class at the UB Gymnasium. These classes welcome women and girls aged 16 and up, and it's free for all. Although these seminars are donation-based, with all proceedings going towards preventing domestic violence and supporting victims. And that's the news. Thank you for joining us from all of us here at Plus TV. Have a good night and God bless.